now. It's the drug named in connection with the death of a famous friend.
And if it's so that it was a product that delivered to his house, you're talking about a major error.
Prompting concerns and questions for those using it to treat mental illness.
It made me nervous that the idea that ketamine would be labeled as something bad.
Tonight, clearing up the confusion over ketamine.
Ketamine has hallucinogenic properties, but it's also touted for its success in treating depression and other mental health issues.
Though rarely lethal, ketamine's link to the untimely death of actor Matthew Perry 3 months ago has put the drug in the spotlight. CBS Miami's Joe Murray, who has documented ketamine breakthroughs over the last 2 years, digs into the confusion over ketamine.
Hey, Michael. Michael Schur is back in his comfort zone, alive and well.
Anything that you want to share in regards to like intentions or anything that's alive for you right now?
Introspection.
Miraculous for a man who spent most of his life fighting the impulse to end it.
It's like the new year just happened, and I honestly had to admit to myself that there was a chance that I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for ketamine.
We first met Schur 20 months ago at the Ketamine and Wellness Clinic of South Florida as he was undergoing ketamine infusion therapy. Through his paintings, he gave us a glimpse into how ketamine, approved as a rapid-acting anesthetic, triggers a state of disassociation and can almost reboot your brain.
And there's the new Michael who wants to live.
He stopped treatment for a while, but when he realized he was slowly slipping back into darkness, he returned to the clinic for booster shots. All this happening at the time his life-saving treatment was going viral on social media.
Nearly 2 months after the sudden death of Friends star Matthew Perry, the newly released autopsy report reveals the cause of death for the beloved actor. The LA County Medical Examiner's Office says the 54-year-old died from the acute effects of ketamine.
It made me nervous that the idea that ketamine would be labeled as something bad and that people would legislate against it.
That hasn't happened, but the death of Friends star Matthew Perry, who was found unconscious in a hot tub at his home, has some wondering about ketamine risks.
There is a correlation between dissociation and effect. So the patients who do have those dissociative effects tend to have a better response to the treatment more quickly.
Dr. Claudia Vicencio is director of Memorial's Outpatient Behavioral Health. Dr. Alberto Oxton created the ketamine program for Memorial. They treat patients with Spravato. It's esketamine, a derivative of ketamine. It's FDA approved and covered by insurance, unlike the self-pay ketamine infusions.
We know that these products work really well. However, there's a safety concern.
It's giving you a shift in the way that you look at what's going on with you and that you look at the world.
There is a third option for getting that shift. At-home ketamine treatment. With a tap of your keyboard, you can sign up to talk to a psychiatrist who can prescribe you ketamine lozenges. Often patients are monitored remotely. It's not clear which form of ketamine contributed to Matthew Perry's death or how he obtained it.
Whether it's delivery of some product to his house, whether it's illicitly, and if it's so that it was a product that delivered to his house, you're talking about a major error. You're talking about a dose that's 10 times the dose we usually use in our centers.
Ketamine is a controlled substance, but infusion clinics are minimally regulated in Florida. The Ketamine and Wellness Clinic of South Florida requires provider referrals and strict monitoring, but that's not true of all clinics.
You should never be near water, ever.
In addition to that prime directive, Sonia Cotto, a nurse practitioner with a specialization in anesthesiology, said ketamine therapy has to be used with integration, talk therapy.
How are the girls?
Very good, thank you.
Patients integrate the insights of their ketamine experience into their life.
You are just want to become more aware of yourself and just be the best version of yourself. You know, ketamine can get you into that space.
Bonnie Salco, a self-described recovering addict who's been sober 14 years, said integration and ketamine saved her life.
This does open new pathways in your brain, like they say it does.
Life has changed for Michael Schur, too, but he realizes with ketamine and integration, his journey will last a lifetime.
All my strategies in my life are based upon self-hate and suicidal ideation. I have to find new ones.
That was Joe Murray reporting for us. Since treatment centers and protocols can vary, if you're considering ketamine therapy, have a conversation with your mental health provider and ask about treatment, monitoring, and follow-up care at the centers you're considering.